Okay, so we are live. Boom, boom, boom. Let me just send that to the chat real quick. All right, so starting off, just of course you guys know. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Daddy Don't Gaming is first. Yes. Can you hear me, Don? Can you hear me loud and clear so I can just start? I know I started like 3 minutes earlier, so maybe I'll give it a minute for everyone to join in first, and then we'll start from there. But yeah, loud and clear. Awesome. All right, Fatty. Yes, brother. All right, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the current market condition. So talking about Ethereum first. Now, Ethereum, in terms of a bar formation from yesterday, you guys saw we ended up taking that trade perfectly on 34.64. We re-entered on the exponential moving average. Of course, that was the main level we wanted to pay attention to. And the reason for that was not only did we have a smaller time frame BART that was looking to play out, but we actually had a larger time frame BART that was also looking to play out. So both really bearish case scenarios for Ethereum. Of course, in the general scheme of things, we also had this scenario A, which I will talk about in a second, but looking at Ethereum as of right now, what you want to pay attention to is the exponential moving averages. You can see that we did have a very nice completion move set. We almost got to that break structure, but market was in extreme oversold condition. So another opportunity for another short is possibly going to look something like this into the EMAs at 34.11, if not even the 20 exponential moving average. So what does that mean for right now? Well, simply that puts the fact that you don't necessarily want to be a bottom shorter. I talked about this in yesterday's live stream as well. The area of opportunity for you guys to short was at 34.11. Last night when we saw a structure near that, I mentioned 34.11 is about to break, get ready, and immediately within 30 seconds of that trade, we saw that break structure going all the way down to 33.30, and then later into Asia hours, we finally did see the completion of 32.74. Now, 32.74 is the last remaining support for Ethereum. This is the last remaining level from a midterm support level that ends up holding. If bulls do end up failing to break above this or failing to hold this zone as well, then yes, 28.66 is going to be the main target. So we are only looking for shorting opportunities as of right now on these pullbacks. We are not looking for long positions on Ethereum, and the reason for that is you can see on the daily time frame we have very clean rejection candlesticks on these exponential moving averages. There's absolutely no reason to be looking for long positions unless, of course, we end up breaking above these EMAs and using them as support. Then we are looking for longs, but the minute it reverses and they start trading as resistance, then you are in that position to not be looking for that trade setup. You are simply just going to be ending up holding and, of course, waiting for those EMAs to change. Now, speaking about Bitcoin, same sort of situation, right? Yesterday, I mentioned on Bitcoin that, hey guys, we are looking for a flush opportunity on the 20 exponential moving average, which did end up playing quite nicely. But I warned you guys that we are not going to be looking for a short unless, of course, we break below the EMAs. Now, the fact that we have broken below, you can see that Bitcoin didn't really have that much of a structure break compared to Ethereum. On Bitcoin, we still have much larger bar formations looking to play, right? Same sort of bar formation here is also looking to play out, but everything is going to depend on 63.9. Now, I want you guys to understand the 63.9 level is very important. The reason why is looking at previous price analysis, this level acted as a crucial resistance, but you will notice the fact that this support level has been tested once, twice. Now, of course, the third time we have a fourth test here, and that's my issue with the current support at 63.9. I wouldn't hold too much weight on this level anymore because of how many retest opportunities we have seen. Instead, my main focus would be pushing towards a 59K zone. The 59K zone is going to be the next area, and even that level, I wouldn't put too much focus on either because you can see we had a 1 test, a 2 test, and now this is going to become the third test opportunity on 59K. You guys already know on 59K, we tend to see, or 3 test confirmations, we tend to see a breakdown formation. So I'm personally being very, very cautious as a zone. I don't necessarily want to be looking for a swing long. I noticed a lot of people all of a sudden became extremely bullish, right? The first green candle they saw, I noticed a ton of people, and it includes on Twitter too, all these traders saying the bottom is in, the bottom is in. Realistically, it's not. It really isn't. And the reason why is because we have just just seen structure break for the first time in a very long time. And I do think that there is more pain about to happen here if we end up losing the 63K region. That is the only thing that's holding Bitcoin as of right now. Any break below that level, then the target overall, which I mentioned to you guys a few weeks ago, is going to be at 52,000. The 52K region is important because of the fact that this level was acting as a crucial resistance, but you can see that we saw the manipulation candlesticks come in right here, and there's a ton of liquidity that's trapped within this range, which is why I'm leaning towards that zone to play out. And of course, that is all assuming the fact that 63K is lost. If the bulls somehow manage to hold above 63K, so if we see something like this and we see a break structure above the EMAs followed by a retest, then yes, that would be an invalidation zone. But we already shorted the bar. Yesterday we shorted the bar formation on Bitcoin, we shorted the bar on Ethereum like 3 times already, so we're already well into the profits. Right now it's not really our concern of whether or not we're going to see a bounce. Our bigger concern is going to be what happens once that level is tested, because that's going to present multiple opportunities for you guys to be looking for those reshorts. I want to talk about Doge. I'll make a video about it, but like, damn, Doge was, and I know it's unfortunate for a lot of people because a lot of people were hating on the fact that I was making bearish scenarios on Doge. People were mentioning the fact that Doge will never end up losing 0.193. You can go look at the comments from yesterday's video as well, that this was the bounce. You're going to regret selling at 0.21. There's so many comments like that across the Doge videos, and it is a little upsetting for me because I know that, you know, people just basically watch 1 or 2 YouTubers, the one that are all moon boys, and they don't understand how technical analysis works. And right now, Doge has officially broken below 0.193. Guys, keep in mind, 0.193 on Doge was supposed to be a strong support. This level acted as a huge resistance, so it should have acted as a stronger support. But you can see in one 4-hour candlestick, it got immediately nuked. And this is what I warned you guys about multiple times. Everything depends on a candle close. That's how I tell you guys, candle close is important, because for example, let's say you entered a long position Doge at 0.193 on the first retest, right? So market structure came down and it first tested that zone. You'd enter a long position. You'd be like, oh my God, it's on 0.193. I'm gonna start buying here. What happens is structure breaks on that 4-hour, and then now you're underwater, and then you get liquidated on these few candlesticks towards the downside. Even looking at Doge as of right now, guess what? If this level flips as resistance again, then yes, 0.168 is their next support level. If 0.168 breaks, which is the only bullish support level that I have seen multiple times, guess what? It's back to 0.124, if not 0.11. And the problem with a lot of you guys in general, in just human psychology, is they'll see this and they'll say, oh my God, this is so bullish. Look at all the green candles. This is what we call a slow ladder case towards the upside, and now you're experiencing the elevator down. You can see from the time period of my birthday on the 24th to the time period of the highs of the 28th, within 4 days, we had beautiful green candlesticks, right? Weekend volume, long weekend, everyone was super happy, everyone was chilling. And now within within the last day rather, you can see the 50% of that whole moveset has already been completed. That's a pretty big difference in terms of trades, and you want to be very cautious at those zones, right? So you don't necessarily want to be, oh my God, moon boy dreams and whatnot. You have to understand that the weekly levels on Doge were there. They were painted for you multiple times. We saw a few break opportunities above. That's what we call manipulation. People need to understand that although we had a break above on Doge, that does not mean that this is a bullish confirmation. We have to hold it as support, which we didn't. Then on the weekend again, Easter weekend, we had another false breakout. This was a manipulation move. I told you guys in Telegram, I don't like these candlesticks. Manipulation again and again yesterday. The same bark formation, the M formation, it's all laid out for you guys. This all falls through under like this. And right now, even on Doge, I'm sure when I make the next video, people are going to comment, oh my God, buying opportunity, guys. Don't listen to him. Buy the FUD, buy the fear, yada, yada, yada. And guess what? They're going to be the same ones crying down here at 0.168 again. And that's the problem, guys. These technical videos or live sessions that I put out for you guys, I'm not talking shit about your coins. I'm literally just giving you a perspective on where you can buy, when you can buy, right? Like that's what a lot of people need to understand is these coin videos that I make or talk about Doge in the live stream, for example. I love Doge. I know long-term Doge is going to do extremely well, but am I going to really be buying at 0.21? Hell no. I'm not going to be buying at the market top or local top of the market. That's just stupid. Imagine the people that bought up here on Doge and now they're underwater and Bitcoin looks like this. Like, do you understand if 52K were to happen, how many over leveraged longs are about to get absolutely liquidated? It's going to be crazy. It's going to be absolutely crazy. And I can tell because, you know, some of you guys message me and you say, hey, Pingu, I'm in this long position on Doge. I don't want to close it. It's my long-term position. And I look at it, it's like 40x leverage and you entered at 0.168. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're going to get liquidated most times than not. So that's just the reality of the situation, right? So anyways, I'm going to follow back on thing. Really good analysis over the last weeks. I'm following all the directions and following all strategies. Could you cover Doge? I did just do that for you guys. 0.168 incoming. When a candle goes for the retest of EMAs or support resistance, how can we be certain that the next candle doesn't continue up or down? That was what's messing up my trades. So I explained this to you yesterday, Adele. It's usually a 3-test confirmation, but that's the gamble you're taking, right? The gamble is you don't necessarily know if the candle is going to break above or not. The candle close comes into the picture at all times. So yesterday's moveset, you can see that we got the retest of the exponential moving average. It was a 1 test and immediately nuked. That's why I tell you, like, if you are entering on the exponential moving averages, so if you're entering here for, like, let's say a short position and all of a sudden Ethereum breaks back above to the exponential moving averages, you can place your stop loss somewhere up here because you know that's not that bad of a risk versus you shorting down here. An example, right? You enter the short position here and now the market goes all the way into the EMAs, it hits it and then it comes down. So that's why I tell you the exponential moving averages are supposed to be your friend. You're supposed to use them as a proper entry and exit position. You don't know whether or not that moveset is going to break, right? So you can see this was an example of that. Moveset broke. But the overall analysis is what you have to pay attention to. You can't do micro trading like that. You're going to end up losing a lot more money than all you have to do is look at the overall trend. So if the overall trend on the 4-hour is telling you that there was a BART formation from yesterday, so right here you can see that the BART formation was looking to complete, then realistically, is it the smartest thing to be caring about where exactly the exponential moving average breaks or doesn't break? It broke so many times. You can see there was so much choppiness in between. But if your overall analysis is bearish, like you know the BART formation is looking to play out, then that's really it. The rest is just noise, right? And that, of course, comes down to where you're entering, exiting, and your leverage, and that you should know how to do yourself because your risk tolerance versus everyone's risk tolerance is different. So I hope that makes sense for you. Let's see. Rest in peace, Doge. Okay, yeah. So I talked about Doge. I will make a video for you guys. I'll make a video on Doge regardless. But yeah, like right now, guys, it's really not a time to be looking for spot positions. Do you guys remember my messages in Telegram when I kept saying, guys, not a bad idea to start locking in profits at 70K, 68K, 67K even? I said, guys, not a bad idea to lock in profits. Shiba, same thing. Doge, same thing. And it's because of the fact that I was worried about situations like this. Because guess what? I have been on the other side of the trade. I have been as a beginner. I said, nope. I'm holding all the way up. And then guess what? I held to the top and still didn't sell, and the market corrected 70%. When the market is in a free fall situation like we are seeing right now, when the market is pretty much in this sort of state, you need to be very cautious because you don't necessarily know if that was a local top or not. In hindsight, when the market pushes towards the downside, you'll go back and be like, yeah, okay, that makes a lot more sense. I should have seen the signs, yada, yada, yada. But this is where your emotions need to come into play, and they really do need to come into play, right? There's levels to this, and the levels that you have to pay attention to from an emotional standpoint are the major weekly support levels. If you are entering on a major weekly support level, then you have at least a confirmation that this is a weekly. Worst case scenario, I know long term, this is where I'm going to get stuck. Is it better than entering at the absolute top when the RSI is in extreme over leveraged bot or overbought conditions, as well as the fact that you can see zooming on the chart? Guys, it's just basic knowledge. If you see a chart like this, for example, on Doge, when you had months, like you had a whole damn year to enter anywhere in between here, and now all of a sudden you think you're some kind of guru, and now you're entering at 0.124, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna play the market. I'm so good at this, right? And now you're in a situation where, of course, drawdown happens, and now you're emotional. And this is my problem, and what I try to teach you guys is, yes, when you are entering on some major support levels, there are levels to it, right? So you want to be cautious of these levels in general. If the market ends up seeing 0.124, 0.11, are you okay for another 50% drop long term? That's the question you should ask yourself every single time you enter on a support. Okay, if I'm going to enter at, for example, 0.193, right? Let's say I want to enter on 0.193. We're not gonna. I talked about this yesterday already, but let's say some people did. Some people did enter on 0.193. You need to understand that if we see a market correction and we see something like this, are you okay to hold all the way down there and then all the way back up? Of course, no one really knows where exactly the market's going to bounce, but it gives you a better understanding. You see that 0.193 was broken, right? So now logically thinking, you're like, okay, shit, that level already broke. Where's the next level that's going to be at play? It's going to be at 0.168. That's really all it comes down to. Now you're just sitting on your hands. You're going to wait for 0.168. 0.168 level hits. Now you see the market structure breaks again. So we have the same sort of 4-hour candlestick happen again. What are you going to do then? Nothing. You're just going to wait for the next level then. 0.124. Once that level hits, you see, does the market bounce on that zone? For example, the market bounces on that zone. Market bounces on that zone. Okay, that's good enough for me. I enter a long position. Worst case scenario, I'm down here. Best case scenario, I got the bottom. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's literally all it is. That's all it takes from a spot position for you guys to end up making, profits and what's left. Yeah, yada, yada. Okay, so do you have any plans for spot positions the upcoming months, or are you sitting on the pudgy and doing futures? Kids, that's a great question. I do have plans for spot positions coming in the next few months. Right now, I'm actually just looking, like, I'm being honest, like, I'm looking into meme coins a lot for Solana. Just degeneracy, straight degeneracy, just having fun on Solana, because again, like, meme coin season is really exciting for some people. You can lose a lot of money too, but I'm not going to talk too much. I'm not going to give you guys any hints or anything on what I'm buying, etc. Because again, these are high risk plays, right? But that's pretty much what I'm doing on the side. For me, the long-term bag remains to be pudgy, and what my plan is of course, regardless, right now I'm stuck in the pudgy, right? I'm not trying to sell the pudgy, and I'm not trying to kind of hedge against Ethereum either in terms of right now what's going on. In my head, when I bought the pudgy, I already assumed the fact that I might see a 50% correction on the market, and I'll continue holding that pudgy, because that's what a long-term play is. You have to understand the psychological side of that, right? In October, you guys remember when we had October, before anyone was looking into altcoins, we were hunting. You guys remember Immutable, Beam, Pepe, Shiba, everything. I was hunting in October. And before anyone else, this was down here, guys, is when I started saying, yo, guys, it's the time. This is the time now to start looking into altcoins. I think altcoin season is going to happen. We played this all the way towards the upside. You can go check in Telegram if you want proof of it. We played it perfectly. Now it's the same sort of situation, though. I'm not looking for long-term bags here. If anything, my first long-term bag, I'd probably be down here somewhere. I'd probably look for a long-term bag position somewhere down here for altcoins. And my altcoin picks are, of course, the gaming narrative, Beam, Immutable, maybe Shiba even, Doge, sure. Like, those kind of things that have volume. Things that are first movers, to me, I appreciate more. And I know that you can be brain dead in this market and you can buy Doge and Shiba, and the retail monkeys are all going to come in. They're going to love this, and you're going to be like, oh my God, the Doge to $5, Doge to $10, and they're going to buy. And that's good, because in reality is when they're saying that, the fact that, you have retail volume coming in, the Bloomberg, all these news sources are posting about it. So you don't have to worry about the degeneracy that happens in between. You just have to hold your position. And that's really all it comes down to. But there is going to be levels to where I'm going to be looking to buy. Right now, I'm not looking to buy anything. Now, if magically, after this, what happens at 2,800 or even in between, if NFT season comes back and, now NFTs are popping off, I'll probably still hold the pudgy. I don't think I'd sell it. I was looking to sell it when Ethereum was trading around here. Like, I was trying to get a sell order just because I knew this was going to happen. Like, I wanted to play against it. But by the time, I got offers and yada, yada, yada. And then now I'm just kind of like, nah, I'm just going to hold it because the moveset already completed, right? Like, it is what it is for me. And that's the one problem with NFTs, mostly when it comes down to rare NFTs, is you're pretty much stuck, right? Unless you can find a buyer specifically on rares. Not floor ones. So don't think the NFTs you can't move. You can. It's just, the problem is I bought a really rare one, so I'm kind of stuck in that. And realistically, no one's dropping $600,000 in this market conditions right now. It has happened, but it's not going to happen, I don't think, right now anyways. So yeah, that's the logic there. So let's see. I just buy and hold, don't have much, 165,000. Yeah, that's good. Do you have any? Okay, so thank you. I'm so glad I found your channel a few weeks ago. Made good profits last night because of you. Yeah, no problem, Thomas. Where can I learn to analyze such things genuinely? So AK, I have a full mentorship like guide. It's not, and no paid, there's nothing paid in here. It's just on YouTube. If you just search up Pingu charts indicators, you'll find episode 1, episode 2. I haven't made episode 3 just because I've been so busy, but you can find like how to trade, how I draw charts. And I basically spoon fed you guys. So like you can literally, it's spoon fed to the dime, where like we started off with a naked chart, no indicators, no support resistance, nothing. And then I started showing you how you can plot it and stuff. So yeah, if someone wants to find it and link it in the chat, that would be great. But if not, then yes, Telegram. Make sure you guys here. I'll link it again for you here if you guys want, because I know I'm sure there's some of you guys are new. So here's my Telegram channel. It's free. There's nothing that I charge in here. It's everything. So yeah, so let's talk about ICP real quick, because I know that was my next point I wanted to quickly talk about. Actually, let's talk about Raven first, and then we'll talk about ICP. So yesterday's video in the live stream, I mentioned to you guys that Raven was looking for a great shorting position. Why? Because it was rejecting off the exponential moving averages. Of course, it had a move set towards the downside, and 0.038 was never retested as resistance. This is going to be the buying opportunity on Raven from a spot position. This is a spot position play. So that's going to be the first target for Raven, and something like this is what I'm looking for. Now, when it comes down to ICP, same sort of situation. I told you about this yesterday too. ICP is one of those coins that doesn't really care what the market's doing. It's doing its own thing. And that's why I tell you guys, tier 2 and tier 3 coins, something like this, you want to be very cautious looking for leverage positions, because although the market right now is nuking, you see Bitcoin, Ethereum collapsing, ICP is actually pushing towards the upside. And that could be narrative fundamentals. I don't know. I don't look into this stuff. I don't follow the ICP Foundation and what they're doing. I don't care. I look at it from a technical perspective. The first technical perspective, you guys remember 3 days ago in our live stream, we looked at this, and it was the short position up here into the 20 exponential moving average. That was a guaranteed position, right? Because we knew that the 20 hadn't been tested yet. The 20 got tested. We drew out our midterm support. Right now on ICP, we're in a period of consolidation. And what that looks like is just like this. All we're doing is just going sideways here. What I'm going to be paying attention to is 1717. So yesterday you can see we lost 1717, but we immediately had a V-shaped corrected move. I want to pay attention to 1717, because if that move set is lost, this area right down here, anything in the 16 region would be a buying opportunity. And the reason for that is, you can see from previous price analysis, this level acted as a crucial resistance. So that would be the buying opportunity at ICP. From a long-term perspective, if ICP ends up breaking above the $20 region, so 20.94, the wick high, if that level structure is broken, then we're looking at $23 for the completion of the move. If that level is broken, then we're looking at $37, and then above that is about $56. So those are the levels that you guys have for ICP. Now, regardless of ICP, let's talk about Filecoin, right? So this is the same exact move set that I talked about on Filecoin that happened to ICP as well. These were larger play consolidations. You can see that. Filecoin is in a massive consolidation right now, just like Raven was. What we're going to be doing is, you guys remember yesterday, some of you asked, Pingu, can I take a long position? I said no. And the reason why was because of this. You don't want to get faked out in this sort of situation. The only time we take a long position is once the resistance level breaks. You can see I still have my alert drawn with you guys, 11:59. We're still sitting there. Once that level ends up breaking, we enter a long position, and that's really it. Filecoin, if that level structure breaks, I'm expecting at least over to $17, because that, you can see, was a major support. So we'll find major resistance in that zone. If that level breaks, then we're looking at 27. And of course, the 27 breaks, we're looking into 38.40. Now that's of course from the long-term perspective of a bull run. That's about a 5x position if you look at it. And you can see that Filecoin, even previous bull run, did extremely well, right? So we went all the way up to $242. This is one of those situations where you see this and you're like, is it really going to do that again? And yes, most times it does. Most times these coins do come back, and when they do come back, you'll see massive breakout positions. See Raven? Same sort of situation. Back in 2021, we had a huge consolidation. Bull run started. Altcoin season, we shot up all the way up to 30 cents. Same sort of situation right now. We are in the same exact consolidation as 0.01. Same sort of situation right now. We saw the breakout, and now we're looking to play the continuation move on Raven. So these are the kind of altcoins that I look for. I talked about Doge. You guys remember the Doge play. This was the same exact consolidation we played on Doge as well. Retail came up here. I started seeing TikTok traders, TikTok TikTok gurus, YouTube traders, all of a sudden everyone started making Shiba and said, oh my God, guys, Shiba to the moon, Shiba to $5 or whatever. And like, dude, like we were already on top of that very early. Right. And that's why I tell you guys, these are the kind of things you want to pay attention to. Once it happens, it's already too late. Like life goes on at that point, right? You don't necessarily want to get caught up in that. But if you can catch it before the moveset happens and you can get a leverage position on that, on top of that, you're making a lot of money for sure. May you look at EOS? So I do have, okay, that's a good one. I think EOS is a good one. I haven't looked at that one in a long time. I remember back in 2020, I used to like kind of pay attention to it. So let's have a look at EOS. So EOS, kind of the same sort of situation. I mean, a lot of these are fundamental coins. I don't remember what exactly happened here. I know that they had like a huge problem in terms of the foundation or whatever, but if you want a quick little analysis, we can do that for you. So this is your support line right now, and that would be your next major resistance. So right there you go. So right now we're in a period of consolidation on EOS. Same sort of thing. This is also a consolidation that's very large. If this ends up breaking structure of 134, your main target would be right here at 290. So I'll draw that line in the green for you. So there you go. That's the structure level. So you're just pretty much not trading right now. You're just going to be waiting for the structure level to break. Once it breaks, then you can start looking for your long positions. That's really all it is on EOS. Same thing with altcoins. But if Ethereum and Bitcoin look like this right now, again, my question is like, are you really looking into altcoins to buy, quote unquote, on the dip? I get this question a lot. Oh my God, it's the dip, I'm gonna buy, right? People buy the dip and then they keeps dipping and they're like, what the hell, man, what happened? And it's just like, because you're buying at random levels, you're not buying at a specific level, you're just kind of YOLOing it, right? You don't want to YOLO in these sort of situations. You need to understand that these market conditions, although they are in favor of the long term right now, there's still levels to it that you have to watch out for. And that goes for Ethereum, Bitcoin, Doge, whatever, any of your favorite coins. If Bitcoin and Ethereum are dropping, you see them capitulating, you see the fact that they're, now flipping to resistance, you probably will not be looking to dollar cost average until you get confirmation. Once you get confirmation, go ahead. But you're not trying to, seriously, like the argument before down here, okay, like let's talk about this from a psychological level. Over here, this whole thing, 29, 30K, even here, 35, 40K. You knew that we're not even close to all-time high. The logic was that I can buy these coins, even if they're buying a little higher right now, but I know when the all-time high comes, I'm going to make money anyways, right? So that logic was there. Now you're in a situation of pretty much all-time high and price discovery. Am I really going to be buying up here? Hell no. Hell no. Because the market, if the market corrects from here, I'm underwater and I don't know when the market could come back. It could be a year before it comes back to all-time high, right? I'm just giving an example, but that's the reality of things, and that's what you have to brace for. And that's why I tell you guys, like, if you're in a spot position and you bought way down where we started buying in October and you're still riding without taking any profits, you should really question yourself. Like, long-term is long-term, but like when you're up 10x positions on these spot positions, take your profits. You can always rebuy lower. And again, if your coin doesn't come back, whatever, then dude, there's like 500 different coins in this market that happen every single day. It's 500 different setups that happen on a daily basis. Even I give you guys setups like 3 trades, like 2 or 3 trades a day sometimes. I'm like, boom, this is what's happening. Like, yeah, there's money to be made in this market. You just have to pay attention to where exactly it is. So I just got home from work. What I missed? No, nothing really. It's all recorded, so you can always go back to it. You just missed in general, just the market outlook. How much leverage would you recommend to use long file if it breaks the 1159? Tom, it's probably 10x. 10x would be like the highest. Anything above that, like, you're just being a degenerate. I don't think it's worth it. Even for me, like when I'm scalping, like it's just 10x, 5x if I'm swinging. But the problem with leverage, I think a lot of people with what happens rather is they get greedy, right? So let's say you're on 5x leverage and you have 10K. So 10K, 5x leverage, right? So they'll look at that and be like, okay, cool. I'm going to enter a long position on Doge or whatever it is. I don't care what kind of coin it is. But some people, what they do is this is playing it super safe, right? Your liquidation on Doge, if Doge is trading at 1.9, your liquidation might be at 0.0, like 8 or even 0.0, like low, quite low, right? The problem is people get greedy. So they'll see someone else, maybe on Twitter, on YouTube, they'll be like 10x leverage on, 10K margin on 25x leverage. And now they'll be like, boom, I'm going to do that too. I'm going to copy this guy. And what happens is market ends up correcting like it is now. And I told you guys this yesterday too, is I can tell which one of you people are on high leverage, because the market will end up seeing like a $15 move, or Bitcoin will go up $300. And now all of a sudden I'll get DMs like, Pingu, man, Pingu, are you sure about your analysis, man? I don't know, man. It's not looking too good. And I'm like, I know you're over leveraged. I can tell because Bitcoin hasn't moved. Like, we know a move set is like 2, 3, 4 G's. Like, that's a proper move set. And yes, we did short. We were short on Bitcoin. We were looking for the bearish setup, which played perfectly, right? This was a bearish setup and we ended up playing that awesome. So yeah, like the overall analysis was right. We knew that the market was in a bearish case. The Hbar formation was looking to play out. Now the second capitulation move is right here at 63.9. If that level structure breaks, it's going to be another free fall situation. And there's going to be a ton of people that are going to get caught off on the sidelines. I'm telling you right now. Asset, I already talked about Doge in the beginning. I will make a video on Doge. I promise. I know a lot of you guys are waiting for the Doge video. I will make a Doge video after this live session and then you can, follow along with that. The thing about Doge is because it's so volatile, I make an update and then the move set happens and then everyone's like, oh my God, Pingu, where's the next update? Where's the next update? My rule of thumb is I wait 24 hours before I make a video. And the reason why is because it gives you a better perspective of what exactly happened within those 24 hours. And B, it just gives me room to breathe too, right? Imagine I make a video every 4 hours. Like, that's going to be crazy. It's going to be pointless. The overall analysis barely gets to play out. You can see that was a good 24 hours when I made the video and now the move set completed, right? I said 0.193 on Doge, of course, was going to be looking to play out and it played out now, right? So it played and now we're starting the video going to be here and I'm going to say the same thing and then we'll see how it goes, right? So that's why I do the 24-hour setup. It's just easier for me versus the 4-hour because again, like I get these comments all the time. Like I'll make a video and then like I'll say and it gets funny, right? Like I made a video I remember on Doge, like when is this? On my birthday, yeah. So I made a video on my birthday and I said, guys, like this is the last video before I head out, and I said, boom, we're gonna be shorting Doge or looking to lock in our profits here. What happened was made the video here on this bearish engulfing. And of course the video uploaded here and then Doge was trading back at 0.22 and then the comments were like, oh my God, he's wrong, he's an idiot, yada yada yada. And then you guys get the rest is history. And that's why we trade 4-hour time frames. We're not looking for 15-minute, 1 hour, 30 minutes. I don't give a shit about all that. We're only trading 4-hour time frames and that's what we're sticking to right now, right? So 4 hours give you a heavy perspective of where things can go and that's pretty much what you're looking for. So I already talked about that, Nicola, what the play is right now. Pingu, do you think Hbar is one of the coins that can go up 10k times its value? It's only up like 700% since its release, but Doge is up 28k. Again, I'm not trying to compare dog coins, which dog is better, which I think Hbar in general will go another like, maybe 3, 4, 5x safely in this market. I don't know after that what's going to happen. So, but again, you're playing it safe. Your Doge is going to go up 5x in this market, right? So everything will. So you just have to see it as that point. Thank you so much for your time. Very appreciated. I learned a lot. Yeah, no problem, Lloyd. I got you. Can we start shorting ETH or Doge now, bro? Can we start shorting ETH and Doge now? Guys, again, if I'm not posting about it in Telegram, then no, there's no reason. Like, there's simply, you guys need to understand that. If I go MIA, if I'm, like, I tell you guys what I do in my life. If I go to the gym, I'll be like, hey guys, I'm at the gym, I'll talk to you later. If I go out with my wife, I'll be like, hey guys, I'm out with my wife, I'll talk to you later. If I'm not messaging, that means that there's nothing to talk about. Like, there really isn't. Like, I don't miss movesets. Very rarely will I miss a moveset, but I'm trying to teach you guys patience, right? Because imagine I'm sitting there and now I'm spamming the chat like 20 time messages a day with just stupid setups. Like, I'm like, oh my God, guys, this is looking like a long. We take a long. Okay, now this is a short. This is a short. Like, no, this is not a signal provider chat. We play the overall analysis and there are trades that we do send in. But yeah, right now, I talked about this. We're not looking for a trade setup. This isn't a trade setup, right? Maybe the EMAs, if we get a retest, could we get a retest? Probably, maybe not. Like, who knows, right? Like, realistically, Ethereum's in a free fall situation. If I'm looking for a wick, I talked about this morning. I posted a video for you guys. That's the wick, 3209, give or take, whatever you want to say. That's your wick. If that structure breaks, then enter your short position. Otherwise, you're not trading. You're literally just sitting on your hands and doing nothing. So 3209 would be the setup for you guys. Yeah, no problem. All good. What is the Telegram link? I sent the Telegram link already, but here you go. There's another Telegram link for you. What are we even at for Telegram? We're at, yeah, 1511. That's not bad. We're 1500 members, which is pretty nice. Will Doge hit all-time high this year? Again, I don't know, man. I don't have a crystal ball for when a Doge is going to hit all-time high. What's going to happen when it hits all-time high? All you need to know right now is I would not be touching Doge when Bitcoin and Ethereum look like this. Okay, that's all it is. Long-term perspective, who knows? Is it going to happen this year? Is it going to happen next month? Is it happen 3 months? Nobody knows that. That's the fun of the markets. Nobody knows that. All we pay attention to is what we do know. And what we do know right now, my friends, is the fact that looking looking at the 4-hour time frame, things are getting weird, right? So we know that things are getting weird. So yes, I am chilling right now. I'm not interested in playing this market like to that extent. I'm just looking at it from a short perspective because why? The dailies were lost. We lost the dailies officially today, and that to me is a huge red flag. That's a huge red flag when it comes down from a larger perspective. And if we go look at Doge, I'm sure the same sort of situation. So Doge ended up testing the 20 EMA right now. If Doge ends up losing the 20, right? So we, again, this might happen, but we might lose the 20 EMA, and then we're sitting back to somewhere down here. So yeah, like that's all you have to pay attention to, okay? If that makes sense. On the for Doge, like altcoins, like you want to pay attention to the larger time frames. It gives you a better perspective of where things could go. But I'll explain all of this in the video, okay? There's give me like I'm doing the live session. Give me like 15-20 minutes. I'll do it for you, and then we can go there. But that's a scalp, right? The EMA would be more swingy, kind of. Yeah, exactly, Nicola. What would happen to Bitcoin before the halving and after the halving? Again, Khalifi, I'm not crystal ball. I have no idea. People sit there and, you know, they have these predictions, and you can, you know, I'm sure there's 50 YouTubers out there that are saying Bitcoin halving to zero, Bitcoin halving to the moon. You know what I mean? It's like a 50-50. I'm not about that life. I don't give those kind of predictions. And realistically, guys, 7 years in this market, I've seen everything. I've seen halvings bullish. I've seen halvings bearish. Doesn't mean shit. It really doesn't. And that's the thing. I'm not going to sit here and, you know, because that's what I call narrative play, and that's a dangerous psychological thing to do, right? Well, the problem with that is everyone, for example, it's a psychological play. Before the halving, you know, everyone's bullish, and after the halving, everyone's bearish. And the problem with the psychological trading like that is when the opposite happens, you will get into a biased situation. And what I mean by that is, let's say you think that Bitcoin halving is going to be extremely bearish. So the Bitcoin halving happens, and then all of a sudden Bitcoin starts to push up. You're going to think like, oh, no, this is wrong. The market's wrong. This is bearish. It has to correct sooner or later. Keeps going, all-time high, bull run, whole bull run miss. And just because of the fact that you were focusing on Bitcoin halvings. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like the 4-hour setup is your best friend. Look at the 4-hour, look at the daily, look at what the market is telling you, what's in front of you, and everything else is out the window. Who gives a shit? Trust me, back in 2017, 2018, they were talking about ETFs, they were talking about, you know, futures. They were talking about futures on Bitcoin. And at that time, people were like, you know, they'd post an article and people would be like, oh my God, bullish, everyone buy. And then the market would correct and people would be like, what the hell happened? And that's exactly, I learned from that point, never to trust that shit. Anyway, it's all noise. So yeah. All right. So better closing all trading apps. Enjoy some fresh air for now. Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. That's pretty much the gist of it. There's no reason to, you know, like this kind of trade setup when you're already that low. Like we already traded the BART. We're on midterm support. It's probably going to wick sooner or later. You're better off just chilling. Like I said, if you want a trade setup 3209, this wick is lost, then yes, that would play out. Something like that would play out. But for now, just chill, right? There's no reason. If the EMA is retest, we get a retest, we get some sort of recovery on Bitcoin or Ethereum, go ahead. You know, I'll give you guys a green light when I see a green light. But otherwise, right now, which is kind of a period of consolidation, not trying to do something super crazy. But yeah, I hope that makes sense for you guys. Any other questions? We're about 5 more minutes left. If you guys have any more questions, like I said, and then if not, we'll end it there. Just wait in the chat real quick. So I feel like the chat's delayed sometimes because, like, you know, I'll ask a question, I'll have to wait like 30 seconds, and then I see a message come through, and I'm like, oh. Yeah, no problem. No problem. And again, guys, like, you know, this is all free, and this is why I continue doing it, is because, like, imagine I wasn't here, right? Like, so imagine I didn't exist. I mean, I would have profited this market anyways, but I would have been doing it alone, right? So that's the thing. Like, that's why I like doing these live sessions and letting you guys talk amongst each other and yada, yada, yada. And of course, give you guys the setups as well, because I know long-term, this is going to help you a lot. Like this strategy, I'm sure for some of you guys that have 10, 20x your accounts, I don't think you'll ever forget this trading strategies or how I trade. And just that's cool to me, right? From a long-term perspective. So that's why I'll continue doing this just for the bull run. And I talked about this before too, like regardless if I make a shit ton of money or not, I'll still continue doing this. Like it doesn't really matter because, you know, I know some of you out there are just literally still trying to figure it out. So I'll still be here. Still playing memes though. Yeah, I'm still playing memes. I'm not talking about the memes that I am playing, but I am playing memes. Yes. Is 1800 the lowest you're predicting for Shiba still? Yeah, around there. If Shiba loses the 23 support level, so if Shiba loses this support, you know what? I actually, thanks for reminding me, Flynn. I will make a Shiba video. I know it's been a little bit, and that's my apologies. I will make a Shiba video for you today, and then I'll make Doge. Actually, no, I'll make Doge first, and I'll make Shiba. We'll do like that. I won't forget. Sometimes I forget, man. It's just like because I'm so busy, so many questions, so many people. I always forget these things. But yeah, I'll make a video for you. But yeah, okay. I do have Bohm. Yes, I saw what happened to Bohm early on. Like I said, man, there's so many meme coins. Last night, like, okay, you guys want to, there's 52 of you. You guys want a quick little sad session? So let's talk about memes real quick, okay? Here's Hobbs. So this was the one last night I was trading. This is like Ansem's cat. I don't know if any of you follow crypto Twitter or whatever, but it was right here. Like I saw this right here. Right here. This is a meme coin, right? So I saw this here and I was like, damn. So what happened was I bought here at like 5 mil and I sold here and then it dropped to 1 mil and I was like, God damn. Then I re-entered here and then I sold on this candlestick right here. This is exactly where I sold. I sold right there, right on this little candle over here. So then what happened was market structure, like, yeah, like you get the point. I sold very early and now it's trading at 100 mil. That's the thing about meme coins. Like I don't sit here and make a meme coin market. Like I'm not gonna talk about meme coins. Like, you know, there's so many meme coins out there. There's so many rug pulls out there. There's so much that can happen. And like, I'm not personally a fan of that because the trading channel right now, what we have going on is very specific to just trading, right? There's whales in here that have a ton of money and they don't care about meme coins. I'm being honest with you guys. Most people don't. And that's why I don't talk about meme coins. And I probably won't either because let's say I call a meme coin and then it goes zero in like a week. People are gonna be like, oh, what the hell, man? I lost all my money. I'm not about that life. You know, you do your thing. You can go learn yourself, make your own money and lose your own money. I'm just gonna stick with what we're good at, which is technical analysis on the main cryptos. You made a short video on YouTube. It looked really good and easy to understand. Yeah, so the shorts that I actually started doing, I actually hired an editor. So he's watching the content right now. He's actually, you know, like that's the thing. He's going to take these live sessions and he's going to, you know, just make a gist of it and try to get education content, which I can post for you guys. Again, like it's just short content. I'm not, you know, it's just to grow the channel. But the overall content, everything is posted in Telegram. Like the main content, if you want content, is all in Telegram, which is free. So that's all where everything is. And again, sometimes I don't talk, sometimes I do. It just depends on the market conditions and where we're at, right? So yeah, that's about it. But I think yeah, I think that's it. I mean, okay, let's close Hobbs before some people get ideas here. So yeah, I will talk to you. That's pretty much all I had, to be honest. So if you guys are good, I'm good. And then I guess I'll talk to you guys probably not tomorrow. Thanks, Pingu. Your analysis on BCH, it played perfectly well. I haven't looked at BCH, to be honest. What happened on BCH? Let me go look at BCH real quick. I don't like BCH. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I did play out very well. Okay, cool. Anyways, ignore BCH. Yeah, no problem. Look at SC. It's the exact same structure as with MDB. Trust me, I had SC at 2 mil. I like you guys. It's funny. You guys message me and be like, oh, check this out, check that out. I already had it, been there, done that. You know what I mean? I'm on top of the on-chain stuff. So yeah, I just don't talk about it, right? There's reasons why I don't talk about it, but any single meme coin that you can think of that's big, I've already been in there early on. Like I literally have group chats that just literally hunt these coins early on, and they'll send it very, very early. That's how I saw Hobbs at 1 mil, right? But it's just high risk, high play. I don't do that. I prefer not to. But yeah, it's just, again, I don't want anyone to be like, oh, what the hell? Like you can do your thing on meme coins. You can make a lot of money on meme coins. Me personally, I'd rather just do it solo and then stick to the bigger coins for you guys, because meme season, this meme season is probably the biggest one I've ever seen. Most times, like last year or 2021, we had the Binance chain, right? So Binance meme coins, Pancake Swap, everything was mooning. But I wasn't really into meme coins even last cycle. This cycle, I am into meme coins a lot more. But the like, if you guys are not into meme coins and you want to look at meme coins, just look at Shiba and Doge. That's like my best advice to you, because these are already so big. Like, if you're going to see corrective moves, it might be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% at the max. But with meme coins that are new, you're going to see like 70, 80, 90% flips. And most of you cannot stomach that. I promise you right now, you won't be able to stomach that. So it's just something to be cautious about. Anyways, I am out. I will talk to you guys later. That's pretty much all I had. So thanks for coming. 45-minute mark. Perfect. I will keep you guys posted in Telegram. I will make Doge right now, okay, because I know everyone's freaking out. I will make Doge right after this video, and then we'll go ahead with Shiba at night for Flynn, and then that's it. I'm out after that. If anything happens in terms of the market, I will keep you guys posted, but right now I don't see anything worth taking unless 3209 is broken, okay? All right, cool. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Thanks for coming, and talk soon. All right, peace out.